If you're lacking in motivation or you're feeling a slump in your drive, this video should give you a nice kick in the ass, especially if you have ADHD. So here's what to do, my friends. If you want massive performance and you want that boost, but you really have low drive, and that is to get curious. Now, of course, curiosity by itself isn't enough to create true passion. There's just enough neurochemistry to get you motivated. And instead, you want to look for the places where 3 or 4 topics of curiosity tend to intersect. And if you can spot the overlap between these multiple topics of interest, well, now you're getting the energy, my friend. And when these multiple curiosity streams intersect, you now can amp up that engagement out of curiosity and conditioning and repatterning or relinking all these ideas together. Now, pattern recognition is what your brain does at a very basic level. And it's absolutely essential to get the fundamental of the job done by connecting these neurons. And as a result, you recognize the pattern the brain rewards with that squirt of dopamine. And dopamine, like all neurochemicals, plays a lot of different roles in our brain. Now, first, dopamine is a powerful focusing chemical. Yeah, I see you, all my ADHD friends. And when it's in our system, attention is laser focused, hyper focused on the task at hand. We're excited, we're engaged, and we're more likely to drop into that flow. And second, dopamine tunes into that signal to noise ratio in the brain. It increases the focus ratio, and as a result, helps delete more of the unwanted patterns. We get that dopamine when we first detect a link between 2 ideas, and then the dopamine then hits when we get all of these different ideas that come together in that pattern recognition. And if you've ever done a crossword puzzle or played Sudoku, or that little rush of pleasure that you get when you fill in the correct answer, that's dopamine. The reason we tend to fill in multiple answers in a row, that's dopamine tweaking to the signal to noise ratio and helping us detect even more patterns. So this is why creative ideas tend to spiral and why one good idea often leads to the next and the next and the next. So third, dopamine is one of the reward chemicals that creates the drug of feeling really, really good, like really, really good, meaning cocaine is widely considered the most addictive drug on earth, yet all of it does is it just causes the brain to release larger quantities of dopamine. Then it blocks the reuptake and more dopamine is produced. So the more dopamine you get, the more fun, the more addictive the experience, the more fun and addictive the experiment is for you to do it again and again and again. So finally, dopamine, like all neurochemicals, amplifies that memory. This too is automatic. You know, that quick short-term memory, more neurochemicals are produced if you can attach to having a really, really incredible memory that evokes those neurochemicals on creativity and linking all of those tagged experiences together. That's more important maybe for later, or stacking and layering them curiosities together that will drive more effort. This is what happens when our internal biology does the heavy lifting for us. You'll work harder, but you won't notice the hard work. So because dopamine, it honestly provides that additional cognition, that amplified awareness and better learning, and you get smarter and smarter when you're able to stack the odds with creating curiosity and things that you love. That's it. Hope you enjoyed. Now, go get that hit of curiosity and that dopamine, and you'll be well on your way. And make sure that you're linking all of your intersectionalities of what you love to do so that dopamine can really heighten and you can start to connect all of those pieces together so that the repatterning and the reconditioning is something that you want to produce in your life that's absolutely of high value and that is going to bring about your dreams and what you want to create versus the patterning that tends to go back into rumination, which is the negative bias. So with that said, what are you curious about?